taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Brandon Wilson to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work, and leading them out, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now in his second season out of LSU.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. Open man is Chase, complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Burrow on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Hey, can.
From midfield now, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go play action with Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Carr.
Pass caught by Ruggs, middle of the field.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First carry for Josh Jacobs.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Carr now on first down.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And this will leave him a yard short.
Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Derek Carr, very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? It used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him because he has evolved as a thrower.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
From the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Burrow.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
And now Waller going to have a chance to run this.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Up to make the play there defensively, Von Bell, leading tackler in Cincinnati last year. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Carr's throw there complete to Ruggs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs legs instead of the arm, it works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25. A touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
P. Ryan again on second down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
It's Desmond Trufant.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 8 coming up.
From midfield, here's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 5. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Carr. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead moves to 10-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Pirine to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Pirine. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And it's a fumble, and the Raiders have recovered. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is,
and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
a lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly. A win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
P. Ryan again on second down.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now P. Ryan. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Here we go.
From the 35 on second down. Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase.
And he's brought down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going to the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Samaje Perine. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
On the option, here's Drake.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? Is certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
On first down, Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
7 yards, the pickup there.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 17, Carr. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. There he goes right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
McPherson on for the point after.
And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on off.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Edwards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Patrick Mahomes killing it.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they...
Paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Carr to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
2nd and 8. Carr. Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Carr. Got his man. That's Edwards. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Jacobs. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Hunter Renfro, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again the Raiders are back out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up at 6 points for the Raiders. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Big 13. Big 13. 11-90. 11-11.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
P. Ryan again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll go to P. Ryan, trying to pound it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, after the loss on first down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet. But time is still going to be a factor in their decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Chris Evans
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead.
And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was finished off by Chris Evans' touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there. And
that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Carr now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now it's Burrow. And a catch right side by Evans. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack on 1st down, Carr. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at the 20.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 22, Burrow. Open man is Uzama.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11, 90. 11, 90.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here we go with Burrow. Throw left side to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Here we go. 180. Legs hot. 11, empty, tight.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Bengals, it's a second win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile,